What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We have another nice NBA slate, as you guys can see. Got some back-to-backs, not a whole lot. So, honestly, I like the slate tonight. There's a lot of good props on the board, and hopefully we can end up having a good day. Before we do anything, I am going to pick a winner from yesterday's video to win a free month of our VIP. If this video gets 250 likes, I'll select another random winner down from the comments to win a free month of our VIP, which is a $25 value. So if you guys want a chance, drop a comment, leave a like. You do have to be a subscriber to win. Your boy is still sick, obviously, as you can tell. So bear with me one more time. I'm feeling a lot better than I did yesterday, but still feeling a little bit under the weather. Now, before I pick this winner, I do want to show our playlist from yesterday once again. Another insanely good day, guys. We killed it. A little bit rough on college football, not going to lie, but NFL props and NBA props absolutely smashed it yesterday. That's 2 days in a row. This was the day before, so we've been really killing these NBA props. If you tailed the free picks yesterday, we swept the free picks once again. That's 2 sweeps in a row. I swept parlay play again. That's 2 sweeps in a row on parlay play. So it's been a very, very good week so far, and I'm hoping we can keep it up. But that being said, let's go ahead and pick our winner from yesterday. So the winner is going to be for Tisham, who said, "You're the GOAT." Well, I really appreciate you, man. Send me a message on Discord. I'll get you added for that free month of VIP. And once again, I appreciate you leaving a comment on the video. Looking at some of our wins from yesterday, this is what we had. So, parlay play for free. I gave this slip for free, $250 to win 627. I locked this in last night. I had a 30% payout boost on Chalkboard. It was a 250 max, which I ended up playing, and that cashed us out. So that was another big win. We cashed this one for free from the on YouTube, 250 for 475. I cashed this second half slip for the Spurs versus the Miami game, and this one ended up cashing us. Cashed a nice little NFL combined with the NBA prop, and then we got some more over on Prizepicks, Sleeper, and Underdog. So overall, yesterday was a great day. Once again, like I said, hopefully we can keep it up again, have another great day. If you guys do want to get all of my plays, link down in the description to our WAP. You pay through WAP. You connect your Discord to WAP, and it will give you access to every single one of our VIP channels in the Discord. And that's how you get every single play. Every slip that I post will be in there. Like I said, links down in the description. But that being said, guys, let's go ahead and jump into our free picks for today. So let's talk about some of these games. I'm not going to talk a whole lot about them because I'm still struggling to talk. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm wore out. Like I just still don't feel good. So I'm trying to get this video over with, but there's some good games on the slate. We got the Sixers playing the Celtics. The total in this game sitting at 234.5. Right now, the Sixers are favored at home. So minus 114 odds, Celtics plus 120. Philly is minus 1.5 on the spread. If you look at the money on this, 80% of the money right now is on the Celtics to win at plus money, which honestly not a bad play. Celtics are 2-3 on the season to start without Tatum. Sixers looking good, man. 4-0. 63% of the money on the Celtics to cover this spread, and then 76% of the money is on the over on this total. So majority of people really just have the Celtics coming out here and winning. And if you look at the Celtics, the way they played their last 2 games, honestly, it's not a bad reasoning. They just beat Cleveland 125-105, and then the game before that, they blew out the Pelicans. But the 3 games prior, they did lose 3 in a row. A 1-point game to Philly. Lost to the Knicks, and then lost to Detroit. If you look at Sixers, they just beat Washington, the Magic, the Hornets, and the Celtics. So 2 of these games, not huge feats. Washington's obviously not very good. That was a very close game a couple of days ago. And the Hornets also not a super hard team to beat. I think the Sixers are a pretty decent team, to be honest with you, with Embiid. Embiid's healthy. Embiid's only playing around 20 minutes a game right now. They got VJ. VJ's good. They have McCain. McCain is out, obviously. But if you look at their lineup's really not that bad. Maxey, VJ, Edwards, Oubre, and then Embiid. It's a pretty strong lineup. So this team's not bad. I'm not going to pick a winner for the game. I don't know how I feel about this one. This was kind of coin flip. I could see the argument either way. I'm going to fade any sports book on this one, but I will say player props in this game probably going to be very, very good. You probably got a lot of options here. Derek White, Jaylen Brown, VJ's probably a good one. Maxey's going to be good in this game. Embiid potentially, depending on which Embiid we get. Embiid gets lazy some games, but lots of player props in this game that could be good. So there's actually a lot on this slate that I like. So I'm going to have to keep myself from playing too much on these slates that are big. But next game we have is the Hawks versus the Pacers. It's another fast-paced game. Indiana is underdogs at home, plus 126, plus 2.5 on the spread, and the total at 232.5. If you look at the money on this one, 67% is on the Pacers to win, 64% on them to cover the spread, and then 62% on the total going over on this game. If you look at these teams, the Pacers have lost every game this season. They just lost to Dallas 2 days ago, 105-107. And I do want to say, seeing the 2 days ago made me remember, happy Halloween every single one of you if you're going to celebrate. Anyways, they lost to some good teams, man. Minnesota's not bad. OKC, obviously, champs. They're not bad at all. Memphis is not a bad team either. So none of the teams they've lost to are bad. So I'm not going to sit here and say the Pacers are horrible, but they're struggling for sure. If you look at the Hawks side of things, Hawks are coming off of a game versus the Nets where they won. They've lost to the Bulls and OKC back-to-back 2 games prior to that. They beat Orlando, then they lost to Toronto. So the Hawks really haven't looked that good either, man. So if you want to take some plus money, I wouldn't be mad at you for taking the Pacers. I realistically kind of think the Hawks are going to, I don't know, man. This was tough as well, dude. These money lines that are really close like this on 2 teams that haven't been playing super good is another tough one. Total on this game, I'd probably take the total over 232.5. A lot of money on the over, but I think this is going to be a little bit more fast-paced, so I do like the total on this one if you want to take it. Another good game for props if you want to lock them in, but I do think both these games actually very, very good for props. So next game we have is one of the highest score on the, might be the highest total on the slate at 239.5. Tied with the Nuggets and Trailblazers. So so many games on here, man. I physically can't talk about every single one of these games. I know a lot of you don't care anyway, but some of you do. Some of you like to hear reasoning about some of these, looking at injury news and stuff like that. But I can already tell my voice is starting to give out a little bit. So I'm just going to cut to the player props, guys. I apologize. I tried. They got these 2 games. These 2 games are good for props. A lot of games good for props. I think the Cavs versus the Raptors is another game for props. Bulls, Knicks is going to be good for props. The Bulls are very fast-paced. Vucevic probably going to have a decent game, him or Giddey. Another good game. Dude, there's so many fast-paced games. Lakers, Grizzlies are going to be fast-paced. Suns, Jazz is going to be fast-paced. Nuggets, Trailblazers are going to be fast-paced. The Clippers, Pelicans, I don't really like that game. But lots of games, man. So many. Like this is the time to you can get a little bit crafty with some of these slips. But anyways, let's go ahead and jump into player props, guys. Before we talk about player props, if you guys do want a free month of our VIP, you can get one by signing up to any partnered app down in the description. There's 7 of them down in the description. Any of those give you a free month. Just let me know if you sign up for one. You can get up to 7 full months for free. We are running a special right now with Thunderpick. So if you guys join our Discord, there's a link to get Thunderpick. I can't put it in the description. But I am giving away $25 to everybody who signs up for Thunderpick with our code and makes a $25 deposit. So if you deposit $25 into Thunderpick, I will literally give you your first $25 deposit back, and you get a free month of VIP. Plus, if you activate the deposit match, you get a double up on that too. So you end up with over $50 cash in your account, a free month of VIP, and it's pretty much for free. So that option is there. Everything's in the Discord if you want to get more information on that. But anyways, let's jump into some player props, guys. So I'm going to take a sip of my drink. Some people hate it. If you want to skip 5 seconds, go right ahead. All right, let's talk, guys. Let's jump into these player props. So the first one that I have is going to be for our man Jaylen Johnson. So Jaylen Johnson for the Hawks playing against the Pacers. Matchup's not going to get much better in terms of pace of the game, but I'm taking his points and rebounds. Now, his points and rebounds line is sitting at 29.5. If you want to run it at this line, you can. I will say this is a boosted line on Parlay Play. So if you come over here to Parlay Play, code Fantasy Aces for a free month. They do have him at 24.5 right now for a 1.4x, and I actually really like the value on this play. He's been crushing this line, and I'm going to close out some of this stuff, but he's crushed this line 2 of his 3 games. He hooked it 1 game. If you buy him down to 24.5, he cashed it 3 or 4 games. No head-to-head data versus the Pacers, but dude's been playing pretty well. The Pacers, you can see their points and rebounds defense, bottom 10 in both categories, 29th in the league in terms of rebounds allowed. If you go to small forward, it's not as good. Power forwards, 11 and 14. So overall, to the forward position, not a ton of stats they're giving up. To the guard position, they give up a ton, and then to the center position, they give up middle of the pack. If you look at this lineup, missing Trae Young, man. Trae Young is out in this game, which obviously is one reason that this game is so close in terms of odds. So you got, as we were talking about a minute ago, Pacers are it's almost even odds on these 2 teams, which makes it tough. Now, with no Trae Young, I can see the argument for the Pacers winning. I typically call the Pacers wrong. If you watched the finals last year or just the playoffs last year in general, I call the Pacers every single time to lose. So I'm not going to bet against the Pacers for sure. I definitely see them having a chance here. If you look at Indiana's Injury news, tons of injuries, man. TJ McConnell's out, Andrew Nemhard's out, Obi Toppin's out, Halliburton obviously out for the season, so they're missing a lot, man. It's gonna be a tough game. Lots of injuries for the Pacers side of things, but regardless, Jaylen Johnson, 24.5 points and rebounds. I like this play a lot. His field goal attempts, he's averaging 14.3 per game right now with no Trae Young. This line is really, really good. So if we come over here, you go to games without Trae. Obviously, none from this season. If there's any from last season, he had 2 games, so. Not a whole lot of data to go off of. Those don't really help me any. But anyways, like this play a lot. We're going to pull up the shot chart for him for this game. So we're going to come up to Atlanta, Indiana. We're going to come over here to Jaylen Johnson, and we're going to look at the shot chart. So he has yellow and green. Now, when you look at these shot charts, guys, yellow and green is good. If you don't have any orange or any red, that's usually a pretty good sign. If you have all yellow, that's usually good. And if you have yellow and green, you're looking really good, man. He shoots 69% of his shots under the rim, going against the middle of the pack defense. And he shoots 21% of his shots in the paint where he's going against the bottom 10 defense in terms of points allowed. So 91% of his shots from in the paint total. So a great matchup here for our man Jaylen Johnson. I like him to score tonight. I like his line at 29.5 if you want to take that as well, 29.5. Or actually 28.5 is his original line. You can lock this as well. I'm probably going to end up sprinkling a little bit on it, and we'll see. But I do like this boost right now at 24.5 for 1.4x, and you can lock it in. So you can get it on Prizepicks as well, obviously. Points and rebounds. So you're actually getting better value right now on parlay play than you on our Prizepicks. It's 29.5 on Prizepicks, 28.5 on parlay play. So parlay play does end up having a lot of good value, which is one reason I use this platform so much. So that being said, Jaylen Johnson is pick number 1 of the day. Pick number 2 of the day, who do I like? So jumping over to the Utah Jazz versus the Phoenix Suns game. We're taking our man, I could just say Phoenix and Utah. I don't know why I had to say the full name here, going by the dang government name here. Anyways, I like Lauri Markkanen. So I like Markkanen tonight. I like him to give us points, rebounds, and assists. His line's sitting at 34.5. Now, he's cashed 34.5, 3 or 4 games on the season. He had 68 his last game versus the Suns. Head-to-head versus the Suns, he's only cashed it 1 of his last 5 games, and that was the only game this season. So every game last season, he did go under. Now, let's take a look at this Phoenix defense. One of the worst in every category, man. They are struggling this year defensively. 27th, 21st, and 28th. Not that they were good defensively last year, but I'm just saying their defense, bottom 10 in every single category. If you do go to the power forward position and the small forward position, the forward position overall, you're kind of looking middle of the pack in terms of stats. To the center position, they give up a lot of stats. The guard position kind of averages out to be middle of the pack if you average it out. But to the point guard overall, it's rough. So lots of things we can look at here. The 2 players that I'm kind of leaning forward here is going to be Markkanen and Kessler. Markkanen and Kessler probably have good games. I had a hard time choosing which one I wanted to take on the free pick. You can get Markkanen or Kessler at 24.5. So Kessler has been another guy who's been really popping off this season so far. I like both of these, and Kessler has a very, very good hit rate head-to-head versus Phoenix. Now, that being said, Markkanen, there were a lot of injuries last season for this Jazz team, so you got to take that with a grain of salt for Kessler. I don't know how many of those games players sat. I didn't actually look that much into detail because I was kind of leaning toward Markkanen. So I'm going with Markkanen in this game. Isaiah Collier is questionable. Obviously, Niang's out, and then Phoenix side of things, Dylan Brooks and Jalen Green are out. So this game should stay pretty competitive in Phoenix. I think the Jazz actually take a dub here. I don't know what the odds are on the Jazz. I forgot to look, but I'll probably end up taking the Jazz money line on this one as long as it's not too juiced. But I do like Markkanen, so we're going to pull up Lauri. He is boosted for 3-pointers. I might play that. I don't know, man. We can pull it up and look real quick if you guys want, just an extra play if you are on there. So 2.5 3-pointers for Markkanen. He's cashed at 3 or 4 games this season. Power forward position, they give up 2.6. How many attempts is he taking? He's shooting 10 threes per game on average. To make 3 of them, pretty good odds that he hits 3. And we can actually pull Markkanen up over here on this game. On Props Madness, I mean, take a look at the shot chart and see how they look defensively on the 3s. So, for our man Markkanen, I got him pulled up. You got green and yellow matchup. I already talked about it, guys. Green and yellow is very, very good. You can see all the green over here on the chart for the season. 37% of his shots are actually 46% of his shots are from behind the 3-point line. He's got a yellow matchup. He shoots 50% in the paint. He has a yellow and green matchup there. Then he shoots 4% mid-range. So, good matchup for Lauri. Actually, this is actually a good prop if you wanted to play his boost. I'll probably end up playing that boost too. That boost doesn't look like a trap to me. And some of these boosts will be traps on a lot of apps, so be careful with those. But you can get his line at 32.5 or 1.76x. That's a good line, man. It's actually 2 points lower for the same payout. 2 points lower for the same payout, man. That's a great line. 32.5. Markkanen on Prizepicks, guarantee it's at least 34.5. All right. Markkanen, PRA. Yes, points and rebounds is 32.5. 33.5 on Prizepicks. So, for example, you have a 3X here with Markkanen at 33.5 and 29.5. You have a 2.5X, and you got better value on both by a good bit. So, what I'm going to do is get Markkanen at 29.5. That's a 1.3X, though. Let's see here. I'm okay with taking a 1.8X, but a lot of you guys ain't going to like that. I could take this and take the 2.5X for 3 more PRA. I think Markkanen feast, man. 33 PRA, that 3 PRA. You know how sharp these lines are, though. It makes it so tough, man. I could just take the 1.8X. 250 wins me 450. I make $207 profit, or I can take the PRA and make almost about $365 profit. So this is where value starts. It comes up to the individual, man. Like if you want to risk it, you can. I'm gonna play it safe. I'm just gonna play it safe. I really am. I'm taking my and safe compared to the original line. Now, he can still chalk this, obviously, but I'm playing this one, man. You guys can do what you want. If you want to play original line, I don't think the original line's bad, and I really do not, and I'll probably end up playing it as well. But I'm just going to take this right now. Take the I'm just going to take the better value, take the safer play here, and just hope we get us another dub, because we've been cashing out. There's no point in playing super risky slips, in my opinion. So that's going to be slip number 1 of the day that we locked in. You can get it on Prizepicks here if you want to play it there. His original line for a 3X. I don't think that's a bad play at all, but you do have way better value on parlay play. You get PR at 28.5 and PRA at 32.5. So you get better value on parlay play on both props. Just throwing that out there. Anyways, let's jump into pick number 3 of the day. For the third pick of the day that I'm going to take, it's going to be for our man VJ. So I'm taking our man VJ Edgecombe. I'm taking the rookie himself, who has been actually playing very well. Now, VJ has had a lot of hype in our Discord. Everybody loves to play him. 2 of his 4 games, he's went under this line. 2 of 4 games, he's went over this line. 17.5 points. Playing against the Celtics. His first game of the season, he dropped 34 points versus the Celtics. That's going to be obviously the only head-to-head data he's had. They are missing McCain, missing Paul George. We've already talked about this. If you look at the Celtics side of things, just missing Tatum. So, for me, man, I think that our man VJ gives us 18 points. He is averaging 17.5 field goal attempts per game on average. A couple of these games he had about 15 or 12. He had 12 his last game. Did not shoot very much versus Washington. But versus Boston, he had 26 field goal attempts in game 1. At being a young buck, I'm thinking maybe homeboy knows he dropped 30-plus points versus the Celtics and comes out here again and expects to drop 30 points again. So maybe he puts up more field goal attempts. Now, this is obviously going to be a risky play for a guy who's kind of all over the place a little bit. It's kind of hit or miss. If you look at it in terms of a pattern, hit, miss, he's due for a hit. We'll see. 18 points isn't a ton for the putting up that many field goal attempts. I like the play here. If you come over here and you look at Boston's defense versus where he shoots. So that was a horrible way to explain that, by the way. But if you look at the shot chart, VJ shoots 46% of his shots from behind the three-point line. He has a green matchup right here at the three-point line. He does shoot another 49% in the paint, where he's going against a bottom or a top 5 defense. So he does have a tough matchup here. This is what I'm used to seeing, orange, yellow, and green. But he can definitely do it, man. If we look at his three-point attempts, he's shooting 7 attempts per game. He had 13 attempts in game 1. Where he ended up hitting 5 threes. So I'm expecting a lot of threes versus this Boston defense. I'm expecting him to give us 18 points. I'm going to take a chance on him. So VJ, 17.5 points. 1.83x on parlay play if you want to run that line. We'll see what he is on Prizepicks. So VJ, it is 17.5 as well on Prizepicks if you want to play it. Same line, but better value on parlay play. I'm just throwing that out there. You actually get a higher payout. But anyways, I'm pairing VJ with, let's go ahead and take a look at our last play. It's going to be for our man Denny Avdija. I'm taking our man Avdija, the Portland Trailblazers, to go over PRA. So his line is sitting right at 33.5. He's cashed this line 2 of 5 games on the season. I'm going to be buying him down to probably 29.5. We'll see what the value looks like here. So Avdija, let's pull him up. PRA. So 29.5 is the best value we're going to get, and that's a 1.33x, which gives us a 2.4x value. So 250 wins us 607 on this slip if we want to play it. So pulling up Avdija, he's cashed it 4 or 5 games in this season so far. He's cashed it 4 straight. He is averaging 33 PRA per game. Overall versus the Nuggets, he's cashed this in 2 of 4 games versus the Nuggets. Obviously, they're playing at home tonight versus Denver. It's going to be a tough game. If you look at Denver's defense is top 10 in every single category so far this season. If you go to the forward position, it's kind of top 10 defense, probably if you average them out to the forward position. Lineup status, if you look at this, they are missing, or Sharp is probable, but he is on the injury list. Shaden Sharp is. Williams is questionable. Chris Murray is questionable. Obviously, Dame's out for the season. Henderson's out. So they're missing a lot of players, and a lot of players questionable. Sharp is a big one here. If you look at Denver side of things, Cam Johnson is probable, and then Jamal Murray is questionable, which is 2 big ones for Denver as well. If they sit, this game gets a lot more competitive. I do think the Nuggets are the better team. I think the Nuggets come out here and probably get a dub on the road versus Portland, hoping this game stays pretty competitive. Looking at this, I like Avdija, man, for 30 PRA. I just think he cashes us out. We can come over here and look at the shot charts here, come up and pull up the Denver versus Portland, Avdija, and you can see he has a yellow matchup everywhere. He shoots 59% of his shots in the paint, where he has a middle of the pack matchup. And then he shoots another 41% from behind the three-point line, where he has a yellow matchup. So, like Avdija on this one, going to lock him in. This right here is a nice slip for me to win 607. I'm going to cash it out. Go ahead and pull it up. These are our 2 slips for today. So, we got Avdija and Edgecombe. And then we got Markkanen and Jaylen Johnson right here as well. So the total payout is $10.65 for 500 entry. We can profit $565 on these 2 slips. But anyways, guys, that's what I have for today. Lock them in if you like them. Fade them if you don't. Everything's in the Discord if you want to join. Hopefully, I'll be feeling a little bit better tonight, and I can make some college football picks for College Football Saturday. Keep an eye out for that. But I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I'll see y'all in the next one.